Good morning.
Hello.
Welcome to the local news. I am Tommy Johnagin.
And me, I'll tell you what, I'm Alex Stone.
And I am Alex Stone. This is the news that won't make you sad. We find stories from across the country and around the globe, staying away from politics and pop culture, because who needs that shit?
Is that a Bennington thing?
Bennington, Ron goes, I am Ron Bennington, and then Gail goes, and I'm Gail Bennington, and Ron goes, and I am Ron Bennington. Where
Okay.
he says it, and it gets me every time.
I know we've talked about it, but I couldn't remember.
I really love it.
But you tweak it, you make it your own, you run with it. It's a tribute, but also it's your own.
Tribute for my own. You all right?
Yeah, I'm in rough shape.
What happened?
I'm fine. I said a bean down. See, I'm not doing great.
Are you still running?
Nope, I'm not. And things are a mess right now. I gave up sugar for the month of December yesterday. Ate a cupcake halfway through. Remembered I had given up sugar for the month of December. I'm doing my best, but
Giving up all sugar?
Processed sugar. Giving up. I had some cuties.
Yeah.
So
like no sugar from the 76ers.
No sugar from the 76ers.
The
No
process.
I got.
All right.
Can I tell you? It took me a second, but I got
I'm
there.
with you.
But I mean a lot of candy, cookies, ice cream, baked good. I'm off the rails, and I haven't been running. And my motivation, I'm a big late in the day runner.
Yeah.
And now it gets dark so early. I'm not a big run and maybe get hit by a car in the nighttime.
What if I bought you a
runner.
bunch of that tape that makes you shine in the road?
I could get down on that. Here's what I also can't do. Maura tells me I should run. Here's how Maura walks the dog, is with
I thought you were going to do a full-on impression.
a hiking headlamp on her head. And so she says, hey, take this, run around with this on your head. I can't do it. I can't.
No.
I can't do it.
What?
Yeah.
Like a
headlamp.
How dark is it when she does that?
It's night. I mean, it's nighttime. She needs to see the poop, and she wants people to see her.
She looks like a poop miner.
She looks like she's mined for some dog poop. A lot of different people. Some people have like a glowing collar that they walk their big dog with. We have a reflective vest we put on our dog. She's all black.
I've seen that.
And so we got a reflective vest and then a girl with a headlamp on. But I can't do it. I don't know. I can't do it. I'd like to. Excuse me, I'd like to start running again.
Excuse me.
But now we're so close to the new year. I'm like, maybe I'll just wait. I'll just start everything over.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I got to make some changes. I'm on record as being a guy that's unhappy with my shape and body.
Yep.
And physical shape.
Well documented on this podcast.
Well documented. Need to fix my. I don't. The worst part is I've been at a point where I'm like, I eat a whole pizza on the road when I was 20. I've been that way where I've gotten out of control because I'm out of control. Now I'm just like not eating perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while I have one that's not great, but I'm not off the rails. I'm just also not exercising. I need to stretch some more.
Yeah.
I feel like my face looks fat. I tried to take a selfie with the girls the other day. Wanted to throw myself off a trolley.
Here's what I'm doing is I go for walks in the morning. I go for about like a 1.5 mile walk every morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been banking on. I'm exercising like an old person exercises, and I'm banking on that, keeping me healthy, keeping me alive. But
can you tell my face is fat right now?
No, man.
Are you doing a bit?
I said it off air. I'll say it on air. My mom told you, "Hey, you look great. You don't need to be complaining,
moms
covering
are nice
up."
people.
No, I mean my mom's not your mom, so if your mom said it, we take it with a grain of salt. My mom.
Who knows what my mom would say?
Take it with a spoonful of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Jolene.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. All right.
Do we have an update or a couple? Well, I don't remember where we are. Last time we hung was Thanksgiving.
I think so. Well, no, I mean we talked on a Zoom call that was recorded for podcast purposes, but that was the last time I seen you.
Oh, that was after Thanksgiving?
That was that was the day after Thanksgiving, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's close to after Thanksgiving.
Pretty uneventful. I think we're getting a Christmas tree tonight.
You go real tree?
We've always gone real tree here.
Yeah.
Heather brought that into our lives.
I like a real
tree. Put it on top of the car like a family from a TV show.
Where's your little lot?
Larchmont, right down the street.
But there's a farmer's market.
I wish I
drove by a farmer's market.
That's
Huh?
That's actually. It's kind of near where I actually live. Maybe I should just say more of an area than a specific.
L.A., California.
So
Western,
we're going down the road, deep
half
in the
of it.
valley.
Uh-huh.
And then you pick it out, and then we do
Yeah.
decorate it.
Right.
Girls made the Christmas Santa list last night.
Here's what I'll say: is this your first Christmas with a dog? No, you've had a Christmas with a dog before.
You just met me.
I was gonna say you need to watch what you're putting on the tree because of the dog. That's a whole thing with Christmas.
You need to watch how you're talking about my dog. Is
I'm
what I'd
just saying,
say.
hey, puppy. I'm just saying, I'm looking out for the dog here.
She doesn't do shit.
You bring Tinsel in this house, she'll be dead in a week.
We don't do tinsel.
I'm telling you, if you bring it, and maybe people out there don't know this, you bring a Tinsel around a dog, that dog's dead. That dog will die.
I think they poop it out.
No, they die.
I think they poop it out.
I think if a dog ingests Tinsel, I believe it's like chocolate, just a matter of minutes.
Well, I believe you
hours.
should talk to your girlfriend about that chocolate thing too, because she said that's also kind of a myth.
Well, it's
dark chocolate,
dark
large quantity.
chocolate, which you have. That's the kind of chocolate you got around here.
But she's saying like real dark chocolate.
That's the kind of chocolate you got around here. You're bringing. The first time I ever had chocolate where you asked me if I wanted, and then you said numbers after it. That's when I was hanging out with you. Milk chocolate was the only chocolate I ever had before I started.
I like to be around that 70%.
Yeah. See, I think there's a good portion of people listening that have no idea what that means.
I didn't know it either.
I still don't really know what it means.
I mean,
I know it means it's not as good. I'll tell you that.
No, that's a lie.
Not as good as a milk chocolate.
No.
That's true.
No, especially most milk chocolate's super like not as much chocolate. It's all bullshit.
You know, I'm. This is a bastardized version of this, but milk chocolate. The only thing that's different is they use milk instead of water, and it hasn't been around that long. Just some guy in France was like, "What if I put milk in here?" And then he did it, and now we have milk chocolate. And
is that for real?
I'm pretty sure that's for real.
So dark chocolate is water?
Dark chocolate is just whatever else goes into chocolate with water, and then milk chocolate, you replace the water with milk. Bingo, bango, bongo.
Feels like you're dieseling here.
I don't remember enough about it to sit here with confidence, but I do feel like I heard that.
Are you guys getting a tree?
See, here's the thing: is Maura wants to get a fake tree. We went to Ralph's the other day, and they got these little baby trees come up to about your nipples. I said we should get one of these.
How do you know where my nipples come?
$25.
Get a real tree.
That's a real tree. I want to get it.
Why doesn't she want the real tree?
She grew up with a fake tree. So Christmas to her is a fake tree that you bust out. It's part of the tradition. You go down, you get the tree, you put it together. So
I'll tell you, I grew up with a fake tree.
Uh-huh.
And I love having the real tree. And I also like, it's not like we're giving up all of our Christmas memories.
Yeah.
But it is nice to go like, now this is a thing that I do that is making this Christmas my own.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I agree. Yeah.
Why don't you come to swing by this old lot down here with us? See what kind of tiny trees they have.
Are there trees right now? Because I swung by there on the way here, and there was 100 people in that lot. I don't know where you'd fit a Christmas tree.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's the farmer's market.
No, it's not the farmer's market.
Where is it?
What?
Give me a specific address.
No. It's where the pumpkins are.
I thought the pumpkins were where the farmer's market is.
You know what's where the farmer's market is?
The farmer's market.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I thought that's where all of the shit was. Whenever you say you're going to do a thing in Larchmont, that's the thing.
Stop saying the street by me.
You already said it. That's the thing that I think that's where I imagine you're going to every single time.
No, it's never.
You've never gone there?
If I say I'm going to the farmer's market, that's where I've gone.
Well, the farmer's market is one day a week. What's in there the rest of the time?
But also, there's just a Christmas tree lot has Christmas trees 7 days a week.
That's why I'm confused.
Oh boy,
it's
right down the street from the farmer's market.
Where you don't live anywhere near there.
I've never even been there.
About 25 miles from where we're at now, as the crow flies.
You guys got decorations?
No, we got one decoration. We went to the zoo lights in like an advanced, hey, come check it out thing. And part of that was they gave us a little.
Was that just for employees?
Just for city employees, yeah.
I want to go to that.
Well,
is that the whole thing drive-through, walk-through? I've asked this.
It's walk-through. It's a walk-through thing. Real nice.
Can we go this week?
Yeah.
Next weekend?
Yeah.
All right.
But they gave us a little wooden condor Christmas ornament, and I believe that's the only Christmas ornament we have in our home right now. Is that? So we got to buy some lights.
All right.
So we'll do it. You want to get in this?
Yeah, let's get in it.
Talk a little top. Story number 1 sent into us by a whole mess of folks. Okay, we got Chris Fernier, Ryan Heil, Jeff Byrne, and Jason Hellerman. Here it comes.
Hellerman.
Bomb squad called to ER after a patient turned up with a World War II artillery shell logged in
Logged.
his rectum. Police say.
Logged?
Logged. Lodged.
Interesting.
Well, here's the thing. There's logs up there, you know? That's where I
I thought you were saying he was keeping track of everything he puts in his butt.
Yeah, keep a
found
log
his
of
butt
it.
log.
There's logged up there. There's a bit of a log jam up there. So there's a fella.
So how big is it?
Huh?
And here's, I mean, the place you go immediately.
Yeah.
Is this guy was diddling his butthole
Do you
with
think
it,
that?
right?
You'd think that. You'd think that. But this fella comes to the emergency room. He says, I slipped, fell, and landed on this thing. Went right up there.
You know what I'd say if I was putting things up my butt?
Uh-huh.
I slipped, fell, and landed on it.
Slipped, fell, and landed on it. I feel like you got to own it, though.
No, this guy's lying.
I know, but I feel like you have to own it. If you go, I was like, yeah, I was putting it up my butt. It got stuck
If
up
you're
there.
at the point, I mean, is this a live round?
Well, that's why the bomb squad was called. He comes, he says, hey, I got a lot of World War II
This
members.
is
I'm a dad.
Pretty close to an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Is it really?
It's pretty close. Yeah, it was a storyline. Heather's watching it on the Netflix.
Uh-huh.
And
it's just World War I. That's the only difference. I was doing a little bit. I was doing a little
You may be not wrong.
I did a little sit-down comedy.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. You may be not wrong about that, actually.
Okay.
And they had a tank buster, something that shoots like RPG type things. And the guy comes in and he's got a huge hole there doing like war reenactments.
Yeah.
Trying to fire it off. Doesn't fire, he gets in front of it. You know, you know how when a gun or explosive doesn't go off, you need to look down in it.
Yeah.
You need to be right in front of it and look at it.
Right down the barrel.
And it shoots and it gets in him, right?
Uh-huh.
So then he's all, they're trying to get this huge projectile out of him.
Right.
He's bleeding out and his wife's real mad.
He's in rough shape.
Then his buddy comes in and war reenactment clothes, and he's like, oh, the thing, we built the bomb and the whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then one of the doctors is like, wait a second. Did you say it did not detonate?
Uh-huh.
And then now there's an undetonated bomb. Oh, yeah, and then Christina Ricci has her hand on it, and that's what's keeping it from exploding.
Oh.
Kyle Chandler's in it.
Wow. Imagine you're this fella, right? Imagine you have lied about how a thing got into your butt. So the truth is that
how big is it? Do we know?
I think it's like bullet sized. It's a little bigger. It's probably
really?
the size of your cigar, maybe a little bigger than that. Actually, you know what? I think I got
measurements?
some numbers on it. I believe it's a 2-inch wide artillery shell, 2 inches wide. So it's big, it's sizable. But you're this guy, right? You're this fella. Okay, you're so ashamed of what you were doing. You have lied and said that you slipped, fell, landed on this thing, and went up your butt. Like Eminem in Guilty Conscience. You know what I'm talking about? Slipped, fell, landed on his dick. Anyway, you're ashamed. You don't want people knowing what you were doing. So you go to the doctor, you got this thing in your butt. So what they do is they call the bomb squad in. So now a whole group of people in gear.
You're there. You're face down in a bed. Bomb squad walks in.
Yeah.
You look up at the doctor and you're like, did you tell him I fell on it? Make sure they know I fell on it.
But now more people than ever are coming in to just look at your butt and get in there. They're driving a little robot with an arm up your butt.
Yeah, Johnny number 5 looking in your butthole. It's not just the bomb squad.
If
you get something stuck up your butt like that, everyone within earshot is getting a peek at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You got receptionists that are scrubbing up.
How many times do you think you had to say it to the receptionist before she heard him? He was like, I got a bomb stuck in my butt. She's like, I'm sorry.
Did he call an ambulance?
I got a bomb. I said I got a bomb stuck in my butt.
And what's it actually called? What are they calling it? It's like
they're calling it an artillery shell.
Okay.
So it's I think like a mortar. Imagine like a mortar where it's somewhere between a missile and a grenade. You know what I'm talking about?
That's why I thought it would be bigger.
I got a photo of essentially. That's not the one from his butt, but that's essentially what we're dealing with here.
That is not what I thought.
What'd you think?
That looks more like a bullet.
That looks like a big bullet, right? A 2-inch wide bullet.
He just was putting that up his butt?
He was just putting it right up his butt.
It's so pointy.
That's why I think he put it up his butt.
I don't think you want them pointy things in your butt.
No, I think you want something that slides up there, I imagine.
But
you're not putting
pointy.
You're not putting cubes up there. You're putting
phallic
round, shaped things.
not pointy.
Can
I ask you a question? You just said you're putting phallic shaped things in your butt,
and
then we're looking at a super pointy bullet. You got a real pointy dick?
Wait, hold on. You look at that. You tell me your dick doesn't look exactly like that?
That's more pointy than it should
I'm the
be.
only guy in this podcast whose dick looks
I think your dick is
exactly
a
like
little
that.
more pointy than it should be.
No. My dick has a brass ring around the middle of it. But he's got that stuck up there. And let me run this fun fact
We
by you.
have to know this whole story.
Well, that's most of it. Is that they get
is
in there?
Is he dead? Do they get
no,
it out? What's happening?
It is what's the exact phrase? Is that it's not a live round. They find out. So after all that, bomb squad comes, checks it out, not a live round. They come and take it out, and then this guy's now living life free of.
And you said he has kids, or that was a bit?
Did I say he has kids?
At one point, you said he has kids.
I don't think I said he has kids. I just thought I said he was ashamed of what he had done.
Yeah, well, that was part of I think it was part of the bit.
I think that you added that. I think you brought that.
No, I think you said he comes in. He's like, "Hey, I got kids. I walk down the."
No,
I mean, we will be able to listen to this,
and believe me, we will.
You know what? In real time,
I did not say that.
What about a little wager here?
Okay.
If I'm right,
yeah,
you got to put something in your butt.
Let me.
And if I'm wrong, I got to put something in your butt.
That does seem like a punishment for you. Let me run this number by you. This fun fact at the end of the article, buried down deep here. How much do you think that this comes from Britain? So they call it National Health Services. How much money a year do you think that National Health Service spends removing things that are lodged in people's butts? Give me a number that you think. How people are coming into the ER. Right. All the costs associated with that, surgeries, doctors.
It is. I'm assuming it's a better healthcare system, so everything's not as expensive in America.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what do you think?
Is this in pounds?
This is only. I got it converted to dollars. Okay, this is only butt stuff. This is the cost.
And this is not. We're not talking colonoscopies.
Things. We're talking someone put a thing in
there.
We're
talking someone comes in.
They cannot get it out.
Yeah, you just see.
They need some help.
You just see the tail of a rabbit. A fell.
Yeah. Just two legs.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say
$1?
$2.5 million.
$2.5 million? You're way high. You're way high.
Oh, really?
So I'll let you guess again. You're way high on
$500,000.
$450,000 a year.
Oh, I mean,
you ruined it with the $2 million, but that's a lot.
Well, I live in America where it costs fucking $80,000 to get someone to look at your belly button.
Broken healthcare system. Can you imagine how long this guy's got to wait in the U.S. with that thing in his butt just to get seen?
How much? Yeah, he gets that thing pulled out of his butt here. He's talking like $900,000 worth of medical bills.
Yeah. No, that claim is not being accepted by.
How
insurance.
Great of a day was that for the bomb squad?
Oh, that's a great day for the bomb squad.
Here's something I think about a bomb squad. I bet they're very serious people, but
yeah,
I bet they had a great. I mean, not a lot of times in the bomb squad you get to have a great laugh.
Yeah,
I think this was very welcome.
But if you're a guy that works in the bomb squad, your job is you risk your life, right? Mm-hmm. So you show up, and you don't know that it's not a live round. If there's a chance you die. Today's the day you die because you got to take a thing out of.
Yeah, you come in there in that Hurt Locker.
I think you're mad.
You come in there in that Hurt Locker outfit, looking at this guy's butthole.
I think you're upset. That's not a way you want to go.
I think it's funny, especially because you're not going to die because it's a little bullet.
Well, you don't know. You don't know what's up there. It's up a butt. It's not just a thing.
Well, he would
told
ground. You what it was.
It's not like a backpack at an airport where you kind of got a sense of it. It's
well,
a
you
thing
know,
in a guy's
it's
butt.
not like a big thing. Because it's you know
how big's this guy? We don't know how big's this guy.
You know how big butts are.
Yeah.
Do you think everybody's butthole's the same size?
I don't think that they are. I think maybe.
I think it.
I don't know. I don't think that they are.
I think they all have to be closed.
Do you think your butthole's the same size as Shaquille O'Neal's butthole? You and Shaq are the same size butthole?
Yeah.
You think that you and Shaq are
Do you think he takes bigger poops than me?
Yeah. I think Shaq does bigger everything. Across the board, bigger.
You think Shaq has like a bigger poop? Like
I think it's
Jolene versus your dog.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I do. That's how I feel. Well, that's the butthole story. You want to go top story number 2? Coming to us courtesy of Chris Fernier again. Snowstorm leads to impromptu. How do you think you spell impromptu? Because this is, I mean, I'm learning a lot here on this podcast today.
It ends with a U.
It does.
Yeah.
Never knew.
I knew that's what I didn't even have to spell the whole word. I know you so well that I knew.
Never knew.
You got to the U and you were like,
wild.
"Are you serious?
Get out of town." Impromptu sleepover for 31 people at Denmark IKEA. So a snowstorm. There's some people
that splash water.
I see that. I saw that. Yeah, that didn't seem pleasant. That's on your shirt.
Splashed water all over my own nose.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
did people send this in? Because I was hoping that someone would send this in.
Christopher, you saw this?
I saw this story and I forgot to send it in.
Yeah, Chris Fernier and Tommy Johnagin retroactively. What do you think is more embarrassing? Taking a drink and you miss your mouth, it goes all over your shirt, or go up your nose?
What do you mean? It
Like-
did both.
No, what I'm saying, like you got to choose one or the other. You take a drink, goes up your nose, or that one where you just miss your mouth. You ever take a drink where you just miss your mouth?
Yeah.
Well, which one do you think is more embarrassing?
I don't know. Is that embarrassing to you?
Huh?
None of them are embarrassing.
You, as a grown adult who's lived his life, knows how
Isn't
to
it
take
always
a drink.
funny?
It's a little embarrassing. I think it's
Do you
funny because
get
it's
embarrassed?
embarrassing. I'm
Not
not
a
like
bit.
I'm not like I gotta leave. I'm gonna storm out of the restaurant. I can't tell people about this.
I think I
it's
have, like-
funny because it's embarrassing.
I think I have such a when I get embarrassed,
Uh-huh.
I get like I get very angry if someone caused it. I have a very negative reaction to being embarrassed.
I think as we all do. Yeah.
But this is pure funny to me.
Well, yeah, but I think there's a little bit of embarrassment involved.
I don't know.
I think there has to be for it to be funny.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're wrong.
Well, we'll put that on the poll.
When's the last time you were
We should get
embarrassed?
polls. Embarrassed?
Yeah.
Like really embarrassed?
Or do you
man.
have a famous embarrassed story where it sticks with you?
I have a memory of being. I don't have all the details. That's why I know I was really embarrassed. Where I was at like I don't know, some festival or event at this park in Cincinnati, and I got pulled up on stage, and I didn't want to.
As a comedian or a
No,
child?
just as like a kid to be a part of a thing. And I don't even remember what the thing was, but I remember I didn't want to be up there. And then I remember a kid running by me and laughing at me after I got off stage. So that's how embarrassed I am that even as an adult, I've suppressed a lot of the details.
Let's not get into
I
that.
just remember a kid running by me. I was a poop my pants when I was 11 at a gas station.
Let's talk more about
Maybe
that.
I should have said that one, but I feel like I've said that one on the podcast. What about you? Well, last time you were truly, and this one I feel like is going to end with you being mad, as you've stated. You get real.
You know, nothing comes up, and I don't want to throttle just to think of one. As an adult, like sometimes I have things where I'm like, I did a pitch, trying to pitch a show,
Yeah,
and it didn't go well, and I'm like, it's fucking embarrassing. Like I have those types of embarrassments, like
Yeah.
the hockey coach on Letterkenny. It's fucking embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
But as a kid, you know, I would say a handful of like genuinely embarrassed stories come from my dad.
Well, I think we've talked about a handful of these.
Trying to do a bit, but
Mhm.
really embarrassing me. I told the story about when I got blue balls, and my dad told everybody, right?
No,
Have I not told that story?
not that one.
Really?
I don't think so. No. You've told a handful of stories where you've said something or thought something, and then you were betrayed by an adult.
Yeah.
Where they're like, "Can you believe this piece of shit?"
So
thought
one
that?"
time I was visiting my dad, and he lived in Tennessee,
Mhm.
and he had this neighbor who had this daughter that was about my age.
Yeah.
And my dad, when I would visit him in the summer, it would always be like the best time. And then there would be something like, whether it be like a 4-wheeler or a motorcycle, where he's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, if you lived here, you could do this all the time."
Uh-huh.
And this summer, it was that neighbor girl. He's like,
Yeah.
"If you lived here,
You could do that all the time.
And really just a little too aggressively trying to push me and this gal together from
How
her
old?
mom and me.
How old are you?
I'm blue balls age.
Okay.
However old you are when you get it for the first time.
Okay.
Let's say 12
All right.
ish.
I'll put you there. I see that. Has he got a thing with the mom?
No, he doesn't have a thing with the mom. I mean, he probably had a thing with the mom. He's
Okay.
a lot of thing with
Mhm.
a lot of gals. But as I'm saying this, I'm like, I think they we lived he lived near them, and she lived across the street. I think they had a pool, if I'm remembering correctly.
Uh-huh.
And I went over to her house in the pool,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Um,
Never want to be in a teenager in a pool around a
it
pretty
didn't even
girl.
happen at the pool. The thing that happened at the pool
Here's
was
the thing is you stay in that pool a little longer than you probably should, just to let things settle down. You know what I mean?
what I had to do was we were just left alone in this pool. She's in a bikini,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in a full suit
Uh-huh.
and tie. And
Yeah.
so we're in the pool. And but anyway, we start kind of fiddling around like kids do.
Yeah.
And in memory, she
Uh-huh.
seems like she's driving it more than me,
Yep.
based solely on I have zero experience.
Right.
I've got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got nothing.
Mm-hmm. You got those books you read.
I got what I've seen
Mm-hmm.
and what I've heard about. So then she kind of is,
You heard that little ditty about Jack and Diane?
yeah, straddles me,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's no soft way to say this. I start fingering her, which is a
Okay.
far dirtier word than the act.
Yeah,
We've
it's-
gone over that.
Uh-huh.
Fingering is a dirty word.
It's a hard one to hear.
It's like the third thing you do
Uh-huh.
when you meet someone, but it's a
Yeah.
real dirty word.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So what I'm imagining is you're supposed to just kind of
Sure.
lift her up with it. So
Like a figure skater.
yeah. So I'm lifting. She's in the pool,
Uh-huh.
and it's you know when someone's like kind of on a trampoline and they're just trying to get to the big jump.
Mm-hmm.
So I was basically doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she
I think
has had better experiences.
Sure.
But then after the pool, we get out. We're still wet. We dry. We put our clothes on, and she just sits on my lap
Uh-huh.
on my dad's porch for
Yeah.
a long time. I think
Uh-huh.
we're probably kissing on the mouth and stuff.
Sure.
I'm only 12, and keep in mind, it's nothing has ever happened to
Mhm.
my mouth or my dick before that,
Uh-huh.
and it probably goes years before anything happens to my mouth or my dick.
Uh-huh.
This is an isolated experience.
Yeah, yeah.
So then she sits on my lap. She gets up. She leaves, goes home. She's got to have some spaghetti or whatever.
Just live the rest of her life. Yeah.
Then my dad comes out.
Goes on to tell a different story.
We got to find her podcast. So my dad comes out and he says, "How's that?" And I go, "Oh man, I was having a pretty great day until this stomach ache came about."
Uh-huh.
And I go, "My stomach's hurting. It's this and this." I describe it,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Well, I got to tell you, what you have is blue balls."
Yeah.
And he explains blue balls in very much detail. I
Uh-huh.
know exactly what's happening after the conversation. It's what you
Yeah.
want.
Right.
Now I know what's happening.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "And there's only one way to fix it." So he tells me that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, "Okay, you know what?" And then at that age, you're like, I'm probably not going to do that. Not my thing. I'm never going to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Then he goes inside, and then
Like
I
a
go
waiter
in.
recommends something at a restaurant. You're like, I'll go.
You know what? I think I'll try something. But then I immediately do it.
Yeah.
You're just ashamed to admit it. So I
Right.
go in. But before I go in, I go,
Uh-huh.
"Hey, you got to take this to the grave, old man.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell anybody.
Me and you, buddy.
You can't." Because I'm really embarrassed
Yeah.
already.
Yep.
So then I go in and try to de-blue ball myself.
Uh-huh.
And then I come out, and everyone in the living
news
room
is there.
is dying laughing as soon as
Oh,
I walk
no.
out. Adults, my stepmom,
Uh-huh.
the neighbor's mom, and then other people that my dad just always had people at his house. They all
Yeah.
start laughing.
Uh-huh.
And I go, you said you weren't going to tell anybody.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I didn't. I only told these guys." In his
Uh-huh.
mind, he's like, "I didn't do anything
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. This is the
I
inner circle.
only told everyone I've
Uh-huh.
seen since I saw you last."
Uh-huh.
And I was very embarrassed about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's I can see why you'd be embarrassed about that.
But these people are locked into a bar?
They're in an IKEA, my man.
Are they locked in an IKEA?
They're locked in an IKEA.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Snowstorm leads to impromptu sleepover for 31 people at a Denmark IKEA.
How did I miss the IKEA part of
I
that?
don't know. Because we got hung up on impromptu, I think might have been what it was. 31 folks. We're in Denmark. There's an IKEA. Okay? Starts snowing real bad, like a Denmark snow. Roads are too bad. You can't get out. I don't understand how there's people. I get if there's 31 employees that were
Yeah.
like, we were at work and now we're stuck at work. But I don't know how you're like that committed to being in IKEA that you stay through the
You're stuck.
snowstorm.
But there's also some other detail about this that you're burying.
I don't think that I am. They watched.
There is a cover band.
Huh? At the IKEA? I don't got that in this. I got that they watch Christmas specials, soccer games on TV. The kitchen staff made hot chocolate. Rizza Lemonade. RISALAMANDE. Did I say that right? Pastries, soft drinks, coffee, the odd beer. So, I mean, they just had a whole time of it, but I've got nothing about a cover band. So they had a great time. They all slept in different little rooms. That's a great thing about being stranded in an IKEA. You're essentially just in a little neighborhood.
I'm thinking of a different story.
Okay, you want to do yours? You want to do yours now?
Not a bit.
Okay.
People
People got stuck at a bar?
They got stuck in a pub.
In a pub?
That's why the IKEA thing threw me off. This is it.
Okay.
Snowstorm leaves dozens stranded for days
Oh, shit. Denmark?
in a remote UK pub.
Okay.
How do you say it?
Huh?
The UK.
In the UK over there.
Listen to this. The crowd gathered on Friday night to listen to Noasis,
Okay. Oasis.
an Oasis cover band,
Right.
tribute band,
Okay.
on Monday, and most of them were finally able to go blah, blah. But anyway, they were stuck in a pub with this Oasis cover band. I wish this was the story we had read before the thing.
Uh-huh.
But they stayed for nights, and then, the cover band is keeping them company or whatever.
And that's the, I mean...
No, that's not the end of it. I'm trying to read it as well. They made beds. The roads were not safe enough to travel.
Uh-huh.
A group of off-roaders took a couple of parents home to their kids.
And then who did the lead singer of this cover band pee on? That's a callback to a whole different ep.
Different ep.
I mean,
We're
I'm really
5 weeks away from that one.
This is like the fucking Marvel universe
61 strangers.
Uh-huh.
Were stranded.
61 people
and
in this
then
pub?
down to about 50 on Monday. A few hours after the snowplow passed through the area,
That sounds
that's
awful.
bananas.
That's 61 people in a pub. I'm talking about 31 in an IKEA. I mean, you could go days without seeing another person. 31 people in an IKEA. 61 people. That sounds like a fire hazard off the top. They shouldn't even.
You don't even
know
how big this pub is, making accusations like that.
No, I think a pub is small. I think a bar is big.
I think a pub is the thing you call a bar in a different country.
No, but I imagine a pub in my head. Pub is tiny, bar is big, and then I don't know where you go off that. I think you just full on concert.
I think a
venue
pub is
the
a
next
bar.
Step. Yeah, but in your head, don't you imagine that a pub is smaller than a bar?
You know what I'm doing? I'm telling you what is in my head, and you keep saying something else.
No, but I want you to be
I think
on
this
my
is
side.
how cults start.
Cults? No, where would you most like to get stranded? I guess
in my house.
Not even between a pub or IKEA. It can't be at your house. Where do you think you'd most like to be for a week? You're stranded somewhere for a week with strangers.
With strangers?
With strangers. You and just some strangers.
Real answers only?
Real answers only. Fake answers welcome. Wherever you want to be. I mean, you pick anywhere. Can't be a hotel.
It can't?
Cannot be a hotel. That does not count.
Why not?
Because that's just like you're at a different home. IKEA is the best answer.
It's got to be a place without a bed.
Without a bed?
Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, because an IKEA has a bed.
Okay, without a personal bed. Without a bed you would sleep at normally.
Yes.
Has to be a place without a bed you'd sleep normally.
Uh-huh. And it can't be a hotel or an inn or a resort.
And here's the other thing you got to keep in mind. You're stranded with the people that would go to this place.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Can I pick one?
Yeah.
What about like the set of a TV show? Like I'm at work.
That's fun. That's a good one.
The big one comes.
Uh-huh.
We got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Uh-huh.
That's
also seems like a TV show. You just stuck living at this TV show.
Because I was gonna do Applebee's or Dave and Buster's.
But where would you sleep?
In a booth.
I feel like you got part of the day. Applebee's, you got dinner, you got all your meals taken care of for sure. Dave and Buster's, you got your downtime. But where are you laying your head down at night to sleep? Dave and Buster's
in a booth.
Too loud to go to sleep at a Dave
and Buster's.
Yeah, but the booth, you're gonna
also
fall
in
off
Dave and
onto the
Buster's.
floor.
You get you sleep in the ski balls.
What?
Because they got the ramp is like a pillow.
Sleep on the ground. No.
The ramp is like a pillow.
It's hard, and it's an angle.
You put towels around it.
Thing. Where are you getting
make
these
it
towels?
into a pillow.
You're at Dave and Buster's.
You don't think Dave and Buster's got towels?
No.
What do they dry shit
paper
with?
Towels?
No.
You're gonna
kitchen
sleep
towels,
on some dish towels.
They have clean
Dirty
ones.
Dave and Buster's dish
Why
towels.
Are you calling you? Do you know something I don't know? Because you got to have clean dish towels to have a restaurant.
A dish towel, by its very nature, is dirty. I think.
Not when it's been cleaned.
Used to be.
That's like saying the water in the
They're
back
not
of a toilet's
clean,
dirty.
Dave and Buster's isn't cleaning dish towels on site.
Yeah,
You're
they
putting
are.
it in a little thing. I think
Or
that's
you know what
Cintas does.
They are
I don't know
not.
if
They're
that's true.
bringing in clean ones. I'm ripping open a bag of clean ones and I'm using them as pillows and blankets.
All right. Me?
Or a strip club, by the way.
Great choice. Well, no, bad choice. You're just gonna hang out with the other dudes.
It's not a busy day. It's just me and all the dancers.
I got in there. Went on a lunch shift. First one through the door.
I heard about the snowstorm and I drove over there before it came.
I picked all the girls up on the way in. Took them there. I'll go mall.
Oh, that's fun.
Mall, yeah.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in a mall.
I like your answer better than mine.
A lot of
Indoor mall or Grove Outdoor Mall?
Indoor mall for sure.
You're gonna go Easton Town Center?
No, Easton's too outdoor. I'm going indoor. I'm going
Indoor
old
classic
school,
mall.
80s kind of mall ratsy mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you spending most of your time?
Well, that's the beauty of it. I got the food court there. You know,
Yep.
I got all my meals taken care of.
Where are you sleeping?
I'm sleeping. You know, they've got a lot of these malls have the Tempur-Pedic stores at the mall. I'll probably sleep in a Tempur-Pedic bed. Or I could hit up Macy's, just put on a lot of clothes, then I lay down. It's like I'm on a mattress. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got that many layers between me and the floor.
What if,
Also, Macy's sells beds if it's a big enough mall.
Yeah, the mall. I mean, the mall is a solid answer.
Mm-hmm.
Mall's big enough. You're gonna sneak off, try to fuck somebody.
Yeah. And hey, we go a whole date. I'm on record as saying I had a date at a mall.
I'm on record saying you didn't have a date.
I could meet my wife for this. You know what?
Did you say beat your wife?
I could meet my wife.
Oh, that's different.
It's a very different thing. You want to go to Crime Time here? This one sent in to us courtesy. This one was not sent in to us. Beaverton police take hamster into protective custody after owner is accused of DUI.
Why did they take this hamster?
Well, there was a woman. She was driving, pulled over, said, "You're impaired."
Did she do Groundhog's Day? Pretend like the hamster was driving?
Would have been a better move. She's impaired. She is arrested for driving under the influence, driving while intoxicated, however you say it, where you're from.
Different
She's
where
got
you're from.
on her lap a little baby hamster. Not a baby, it's just a hamster, but hamsters are small. So the police, they say, "You're unfit to care for that hamster anymore." So it's loose in the car. They try and catch it.
They called HPS?
What is HPS?
Hamster Protective Services.
They called Hamster Protective Services, and then they took it to a secure location, and now they've just got a hamster that they're.
Where's this hamster?
I mean,
I want to know that
it's in the system now.
It's a foster hamster.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
A lot of those they fall through the cracks.
Yeah. A lot of them. A lot of hard luck stories.
I genuinely feel bad for this hamster. We need to make sure it's in a better home.
I think I imagine it's being well taken care of. But do you think you should get it back once you're sober?
I don't think they should have taken it. I mean, this woman, as drunk as she
is, let her have it.
As drunk as she. Here's the other thing.
Have it drive the car back.
What should she have done? There's not a fucking child seat. Where else is your hamster gonna ride in a car?
Well, don't take it. Why are you taking your hamster with you in the car?
Where are you supposed to put it in a car?
You bring the cage.
But she's drunk and she loves it.
You buckle it up in the back seat.
She's drunk, but she loves her hamster.
Well, I'd argue if you love that hamster, you don't bring it in the car. You know,
no.
Unbuckled just on your lap. You know,
you want a little tiny hamster seatbelt?
I want a little hamster seatbelt. You know how some of those cars they got like old cars you could put like a third seat in the middle front. You know what I mean? It like folds up. Now there's I want one of those, but like a little one on the console folds up. And you got a little hamster seat right there. That's what I want for this guy. But
let's check in on the hamster.
That's just
Do we got a name
of the hamster? No name of the hamster. I got name of the woman, but I got no name of the hamster.
She didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. A real wild time. Beaver. Your town's name Beaverton. You got just
Beaverton.
You're rescuing hamsters.
I lost the thread on that.
Yeah, Beaverton.
Beaverton driving with a hamster.
Beaverton, Oregon. All right, you want to go local sex here? This one sent in to us by Christopher. This airline company is offering Mile High Club flights after people are saying it's the best sex they have ever had in their lives.
Who's saying that?
Huh? Yelp, I guess. I don't know. People that have done it. This is it. This is a company. Flies out of Vegas. Love Cloud Vegas. Okay. It's a romantic airline company based in Las Vegas. It is offering 45-minute Mile High Club flights where couples can do.
Is it a private jet?
That is the plane. So it's a private jet, but it's more of a Cessna.
No, it's a small single engine. That's not the same.
Well, I mean, you can't.
I think part of the excitement, as someone who's not done it, but I could see the appeal. Part of the excitement
you're not supposed to be
is that you're fucking in a place you're not supposed to while there's 260 people seated near you.
There's two just right there. That's how small this plane is.
The pilots.
There's two pilots right there.
Yeah, this seems like just a guy that wants to watch people fuck in the air started a business.
How much do you think it costs? You go up in a plane.
$69.
45-minute flight. Round trip.
$69.
It's not $69. Would you like to make another guess? Because I have the number here for you.
$100?
$900. Costs about $1,000.
Wow.
And it can be you and a lady. You can go up there just jerk off by yourself. You can take a
Okay.
whole mess of people up there. It's $1,000 flat rate. It's not per person. I believe that's right.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's a horrible idea.
It's also, do you think it's enough? There's a lot of debate in the comments thread of this about if it's enough time. There's a 45-minute round trip, but some of that is takeoff and landing, where I believe you got to be buckled up. So I don't know how much time you really have. You pull those two where you're just coasting at you and seatbelt signs off, kind of do whatever you want to do.
This is a mess of a thing.
You're paying $1,000, you know? It's a lot.
It's too much.
It's a lot, yeah.
Especially because you could buy a regular plane ticket for cheaper and just fuck on a real plane.
But I believe, do you think if you have sex on a real airplane, right? You're on a plane, you're going on vacation, you and your gal, you sneak off into the bathroom. If you get caught by the flight attendant, are police waiting for you when you land? Like, is it illegal to do that?
Probably.
Seems illegal, but I don't know that. And we've done a podcast where we look for stories about sex in the news. I don't know that I've ever seen one about someone being arrested for having sex on an airplane.
Well, I mean, the hard thing you're going to have to do is prove it.
Uh-huh. But if two people come out of one bathroom stall on an airplane.
Prove it.
That's your stamp? Prove it? I mean,
it's not my stamp. It's the fucking prove innocent until proven guilty.
Wow.
You have to prove that I was fucking in there.
But, I mean, it's a good
point. What, are you
point.
gonna smell my dick?
Well, with that logic, why aren't we all doing it? You know what I mean? Why isn't everyone just doing it?
Ask Heather.
Is the embarrassment of everyone knowing, I guess?
Yeah, everybody's afraid of everything. Just go in there and have sex, and they can't prove that you're doing it.
So
they could get real mad at you, and maybe when you land, the cops are there, but they cannot prove it.
So the podcast line is: save your money, just have sex on a regular flight.
Yeah, just fuck on a Spirit airline or something.
No, you don't want to do that. I've been on those flights.
I've not gone on that.
You don't want to do that.
It's too scary. Why are you doing that?
Huh? It's a regular plane. Just the seats are bad. There's more people on there.
It's cheap and probably pilots. I heard the pilots aren't even real pilots.
Pilots are real. Pilots are
I
real.
heard
folks.
it's just like if you're a good driver, they'll let you fly Spirit airline.
Just like they're just like kind of watching people drop off people at the airport, and they're like, "Hey, you really maneuvered pretty well in there.
Get in here, buddy."
Mm-hmm. Well, that's local sex for you.
All right. Well, now we have.
Oh, we didn't even tell people that Derek
we forgot to tell people we got Derek with Derek Reviews Movies.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Watches Movies. Let's get into Derek Watches Movies.
See you on the other side.
All right, so here we go. Rough times getting into this already. Derek, you know the problem I just realized is you don't have a name yet. Your movie reviews don't have a name yet.
You need
Derek Watches Movies is the name.
You know what? I figured out the problem has a name. I just didn't know the name.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So now this is Derek Watches Movies, everybody.
There's already good branding. We said it a bunch of
times.
Derek
Watches Movies.
Into people's mind.
What did we say a bunch of times?
Derek is here, and he watched a movie.
Oh, he's ruined it.
Derek, what movies you watch?
I watched Inner Space.
Interspace.
You've got
Chris Nolan.
Not Interspace and not that's Interstellar.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got
Inner Space.
In Her Space?
No, not In Her Space.
Okay,
Inner Space. Martin Short.
Oh,
Meg Ryan.
We're in.
Dennis Quaid. Not
what year
Randy
are we
Quaid.
talking about?
1987.
Do you know where we could watch it if I'm listening to this podcast and I'd like to watch In Her Space?
You can rent it for $2.99 on iTunes, Apple TV.
Great.
Okay.
Or you can buy it, and that price fluctuates quite drastically every month.
What about
they do say the price of oil and Inner Space. It's never stable. It depends on the president,
a gallon
I think.
Of milk, you know?
Yeah,
you
a gallon
judge
of
a lot
milk.
by how much it costs.
When I moved here, my mom was like, "How much is Inner Space out there?"
If I'm paint a picture for me, if I'm a guy who's got a Fire Stick, you know, I'm not out here.
But you don't have a Fire Stick.
I have a Fire Stick. That's how I consume media. I'm a Fire Stick guy.
You can find Inner Space on a Fire Stick. You can probably find Inner Space also on YouTube, but it's going to have ads.
No, we're going to support. I mean, this Fire Stick business is fucking bananas.
Fire Stick guy.
Yeah, that sounds
I'm
illegal.
on record as being a Fire Stick guy.
It sounds illegal.
it's very legal.
I don't know how I've forgotten about it.
I've been a Fire Stick guy for.
That'd be like, I mean, it'd be like me forgetting you got a fake leg or something. I mean, I'm not judging you, and it's fine.
It feels like you're judging me.
I just think you're a little slower than I would be.
I just think when I said Fire Stick, the look that was shot my way had a little judgment in it. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but let's
Let's refocus.
Okay,
here.
Let's
all
go
right.
back to interspace.
Inner space, not interspace. I just want to clarify. It's inner space so people know how
So
to
it
search
is in
for it.
her space.
No, it's INNERSPACE.
I threw a T in that motherfucker.
Inner
That's what I was
thinking.
space.
Did you say a T in that motherfucker?
Uh-huh.
Why'd you?
I felt like it was a fun
you
way
try?
to say it.
And it's actually all one word too. It's not two words. So don't put a space in between inner
Yeah.
and space.
Okay.
It's just
All
inner
right.
space.
Is it a space movie?
It is not a space movie. It's a sci-fi comedy.
Does it happen inside someone's body?
Yes.
Yeah?
Hey!
Have you seen this movie?
I've seen Osmosis Jones.
All right. Osmosis Jones is a ripoff of this movie.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay.
In a certain, in a certain way. Dennis Quaid is a test pilot, and he goes through this miniaturization experiment.
Right.
So he's miniaturized and put into a syringe.
Okay.
And the bad guys
I think I've
want
seen
the
this movie.
technology, so they're
Uh-huh.
after Dennis Quaid in the syringe.
Uh-huh.
In a desperate move, he's injected into Martin Short's butt.
Who injects him?
One
Who's
of
desperate?
the lab guys who miniaturized him.
Oh, so to hide him, they
He's
put him in
being
the butt.
right. He's being
So
chased,
Is
so he's injected into Martin
if they
Short's
want
butt.
the technology, isn't the technology in the lab, and now they've just endangered Martin Short's life?
This is a good question. That's
Yeah.
not very much. It's not clarified really in the movie,
Okay.
but I believe Dennis Quaid has the information that they need.
Oh, I mean, there you go.
Yes. So
Is this a
he's
comedy?
inside. It is a comedy, and
All
it's
right.
a sci-fi thriller.
That guy's going into a guy's butt over here. I mean, it's a comedy.
Yeah, he's not
I
injected
mean, I've
into
seen
the.
a couple of different movies of guys going in a guy's butt that's not a comedy.
Yeah, he's not injected. He's injected into his butt cheek, and he goes into the bloodstream. He's inside of his body,
Uh-huh.
and there's a lot of.
He's in a ship
He's in a little ship
By himself?
driving around.
by himself inside Martin Short's body. He
Is
hooks
this like
up.
Martian?
Where
Where he's by himself the whole time?
I never saw Martian. I don't know what that movie is.
Oh.
You got to see
What's Martian?
Oh, it's great. Matt Damon on Mars.
Oh, that's a new movie. No,
Good.
Derek doesn't watch new movies.
I don't want.
What year did you say
is
this
that
was
in
from?
2000 This is 87.
This is about the newest thing I've ever heard Derek talk about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he hooks up a device to his ear, and he can talk to Martin Short while he's in his body.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's a very bizarre movie. I would say if I had one complaint, the script could be tightened up a little bit. There's a lot going on. It's a very complicated movie, and
Where's
there's
Meg Ryan coming?
that's the love aspect of it. She's Dennis Quaid's girlfriend.
Oh, I was
Wow.
going to say,
I thought it was going to be Martin Short.
No.
I thought Martin Short
However-
had sex with her and shot Dennis Quaid
That'd be
into
a fun
her.
twist.
No.
Yeah.
Here's
That's
what
a
happens
sequel.
though. Martin
That's
Short,
inner space.
as Dennis Quaid is in Martin Short's body, Martin Short falls for Meg Ryan.
Oh!
And so there's some
Ah.
conflict there because Martin Short is not able to hide his love, and Dennis Quaid can see it all happening from inside Martin Short's body.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I highly, highly recommend this movie. I love this movie. This is a great movie to watch on a Saturday afternoon specifically, and you can watch it with the kids. It's a good family fun movie, and I think I gave it 12 out of 13 syringes.
Wow.
Oh, wow,
okay.
that's a high syringe
Yeah,
count.
so a very high score.
That's all
We
right.
loved shrinking people in the 80s, huh?
Huh?
Yeah,
Loved shrinking people.
Lily Tomlin, incredible shrinking woman. That was
Honey,
a
I
good one.
Shrunk Honey, I Shrunk a whole bunch of stuff.
I've only
yeah.
seen the kids one. I've only seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Was that 80s or 90s?
That went into the 90s. I believe it was 89 when the first one came
The
out.
first
Love
one was in the
shrinking
80s, right? As
Yeah.
You just said 89. All right.
Yeah.
Loved shrinking stuff. We should start shrinking stuff.
When's the
again.
last time somebody shrunk something
That's what
good?
I'm saying.
We haven't had a good shrinking
Let's
movie
shrink
in a
some
long
stuff.
time.
And the fact we got all this nanotechnology, it feels current,
Well,
It
why
did
did
seem
you-
like there was a movie trend of what you're saying in inner space that like people were inventing something that shrunk people. Like that was like a
Right.
big thing.
Uh-huh.
Right. I think the last one probably was Osmosis Jones. I don't know about this Martian movie you're talking about. Did he shrink in that?
He didn't shrink. He went to Mars.
But I think Osmosis
okay.
Jones, I don't know that anybody got shrunk in Osmosis Jones. I remember Bill Murray ate a bad egg sandwich.
I've never
then
seen Osmosis Jones.
It's animated. It's like starts live action. Bill Murray eats a tainted egg sandwich, gets ill, and then we go into his body, and Osmosis Jones is in his body.
Oh, we're forgetting about Ant-Man. Ant-Man's been shrinking.
Ant-Man's been shrinking.
Ant-Man,
Ant-Man's
right.
box office shrinking.
Yeah.
Was Orlando
Been making
Jones in
money.
Osmosis Jones?
It's a good question. I don't
Was
know.
it from Orlando, Florida?
Might have been shot in Orlando, Florida.
Interesting.
Now,
If you
uh-huh.
had shrinking technology
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2 parts here.
Here it comes.
Would you shrink someone else or shrink yourself? And secondly, what would you want yourself or the person you shrunk to do? Derek, are you getting shrunk?
I would like to be shrunk.
I
You
knew
know,
it.
this is a weird thing. It comes from my childhood. There used to be those cartoons, like Tom and Jerry, for instance, of the mice that would go into the wall.
Uh-huh.
I always thought that was really cool. I wanted to be one of those guys that, you know, nobody could really see. Maybe it had something to do with a deeper psychological thing. But I
You want
wanted
to have a
always,
little mouse house in the walls of someone else's home.
yeah, that's what I would
You know
have
what this
liked to
brings me
have done.
to another
Uh-huh.
follow-up of the follow-up is you're bringing up a great point. You can be tiny shrunk where you can be injected into someone's body. That's tiny.
Uh-huh.
Or you can be Tom and Jerry size, which I think
Mhm.
is, I mean, that's definitely maybe the funniest size to be.
That's a very funny size. Is where like your voice is pitched up. You know what I mean? You're just like little.
Yeah.
What happened to?
I would do that.
We also a lot of talking mouse movies. What happened to those? Feifel, Stuart Little, Ralph the Mouse on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's funny you bring up Stuart Little. I just read that today is Stuart Little Day.
Is it
I
really?
guess.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we're
I think it-
celebrating appropriately by talking about shrinking ourselves down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna shrink yourself and you're just gonna live in walls?
Yeah, I would do that size. I would do mouse size. If I could, I didn't know if I was allowed to pick the size. If I'm going to be shrunk and put into somebody's
Pick any
body,
size.
I don't think I want to be in somebody's body.
You know what? I like that you picked a size.
Yeah.
I like that you're that way. Here's the other thing. I mean, how are you having sex? You're gonna have to hope that you run into a tiny gal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to hope someone else that got the same hypothetical got shrunk down.
Yeah.
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 On a different podcast.
Where would you want to live as a shrunken person?
I said in somebody's wall.
In Los Angeles, though?
Oh, I don't think the city's relevant at that size.
I do, because I'm thinking Los Angeles because
Uh-huh.
I don't think you want to be anywhere cold because then your
Yeah.
snow is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
you
think
dead.
about the size you are. The size of a house is the size of a small town at that rate.
You're living on the wrong side of the insulation, though. You know what I mean? Insulation's keeping you warm in the house. You're on the other. You're shrunk down. You're living in the walls on the other side of it. You're
Well,
exposed.
Yeah, we got to be in a house. That's a
Mhm.
good point. Would you shrink or shrink somebody else?
I would shrink someone down. I'd go doctor, shrink a doctor down, put him in my body. I want them driving a little ship around, seeing if I'm sick.
That's the fucking craziest thing I've
I
ever
want to
heard.
see if hey, watch out for this thing over here.
You know what I'm starting to realize?
I'm in.
Derek wants to be shrunk so he can like live anonymously in the walls. You want to be shrunk so you can have an on-call doctor inside of you.
Just checking me out.
I think Derek's right. This says something a little bit about people's personalities.
Yeah. What do you do?
I'm going. How big is a dildo? It's a. I'm going the dildo size.
like the mosquito in Jurassic Park. You want to be like just in the middle of it. Oh, or you want to be the size of the dildo?
I would be the dildo.
I had you. So
You
small
just want to
got
be a
in
dildo.
it, and then
I
you're
want
like,
to be in the dildo,
you're
like
just-
piloting
yeah,
it.
yeah.
No. I'm going to be a dildo. You would want to have a doctor going in there scanning your shit.
yeah, I want him. If he can fly around, he'll know if I got cancer. He'll see it. You know.
You know, it's
That's pretty
funny. I'm
crazy.
surprised you guys didn't ask why this experiment was taking place, why he was miniaturized.
Is it what I said?
Because of that reason, because they wanted
Ahead of my
to
time.
miniaturize
From
somebody to put him in the
1987.
body, and that way you could have a doctor or a surgeon inside you.
Yeah.
So
Doing
what
it from
did
the inside out.
They should have called
bad
the movie
guys
Inside
want to
Out.
do with it?
That was never clarified.
You know, here's the thing that I immediately think about that worries me. You shrink down Dennis Quaid size, and you start getting bigger, but you're in a
Uh-huh.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could kill someone.
Yeah, when
explode.
I saw this movie as a child, I was very. I thought about that. I was traumatized by that thought. But I don't think he does get bigger. I think. Well, I'm not going to spoil the end. You guys
That's a
got to
good
watch
call.
the
No
movie.
spoilers.
No spoilers. People are going to rent this for
Yeah.
sure.
All right, well, I think that's a solid review. Inner Space. You can get it on your
Your
iTunes.
Fire Stick.
There's a mosquito or something right next to me.
Mhm.
That's a B.
That's just tiny Dennis
Sorry,
Quaid, my man.
Tiny Dennis Quaid.
That's right.
All right. Well, Derek. Are you at Derek Watches Movies
Yeah,
on TikTok?
I'm
Come on,
at
B.
Derek Watches Movies, DEREK, on TikTok and on Instagram. And I also have DerekWatchesMovies.com and Derek Watches Movies on YouTube.
Okay.
Wait.
Are you putting content, or are you just you're squatting on the,
He's a
the
squatter.
YouTube?
I'm just squatting right now.
Okay.
But
All
there
right.
will be content. Check it out.
He's
All
got
right.
content. This is content. Send us your stories. The Local News Pod on Twitter.
Mhm.
We're also on Instagram and TikTok. It's some bullshit because Alex did it. Alex is some
You
bullshit.
guys can find it. Alex Stone 11 on Instagram. Alex Stone Comedy on Twitter. Find me. Follow me, guys.
I'm at Tommy Johnagin. See ya.
Bye.